What's going on, guys? Today I want to talk about the flexible dieting lifestyle. I want to talk about what it is. I want to talk about my opinion on what it means because I think it might be quite a bit different than what your perception might be of it. Stay tuned. Alright, let me dive right into this. Flexible dieting, what it is not. It is not just eating a bunch of junk food. It's not eating as much crap as you possibly can. It's not IIFYM. IIFYM is not the same thing as flexible dieting. They are not the same thing, okay? Now there are elements of IIFYM in many forms of flexible dieting, but flexible dieting cannot be defined as a certain way to do things, all right? Flexible dieting means being flexible. It doesn't mean hit your macros all the time, all right? And that's one thing a lot of people really make a mistake of is they think I need to nail my macros every single day. So I need to be spot on. I have to hit my macros to the T every single day. That is not being flexible, all right? That is not even close to being flexible. And at the same time, you might be a flexible dieter without tracking sometimes, all right? Flexible dieting doesn't mean track your food. It can, but it isn't always. Flexible dieting is basically a system of interchanging foods to help you reach your goals and diet in a way that you find enjoyable and sustainable. You're gonna go through different periods of times in your life where you're gonna be more flexible and you're gonna be less flexible, all right? You take somebody who's dieting down for a show and they're within the last 2 weeks and they're coming up on a show, you're damn right, they're gonna be tracking their macros and they're gonna be hitting their macros spot on and they're gonna be perfect because they have to be to bring their best package, all right? But if you are nowhere near a show, you're in the off season and it's the holidays and you have no reason to be really stringent, well, you're gonna be more flexible, okay? So maybe you're not gonna track for a while. Maybe you're gonna eat intuitively. Maybe you're gonna allow, a little bit more food into your life. Maybe you're going to, instead of tracking with a smaller range, you'll track with a bigger range. Instead of saying I need to be within 10 grams of protein and 10 grams of carbs and 5 grams of fat, maybe you're gonna do 20 protein, 20 carbs, and 10 fat, okay? Maybe you're gonna interchange your carbs and fats and you're not going to do all 3 macros. Maybe you're gonna track calories and protein. There's so many different ways that this can be done, and flexible dieting cannot be defined as one way of doing things. It's about being flexible. So the main point is your diet, if it's going to be successful, needs to be sustainable. You need to be able to adhere to what you're doing in the long run. All right? If you pay attention to Layne Norton at all, you've probably heard him spit out these numbers. It comes from a paper that is called Biology's Response to Dieting, Impetus for Weight Regain, something like that. Anyway, the stats are absolutely staggering for weight regain. It's just unbelievable. We don't really have a weight loss problem. We have a weight regain problem. People lose weight all the time. 6 out of 7 people who are obese will lose a significant amount of weight in their life, significant being 10% or more, all right? But 75% of those people will regain their weight within a year. 85% within 2 years, and 95% of people will regain the weight within 3 years. 95%. That means 5%, 5 people out of every 100 who lose a lot of weight will actually keep it off. That is staggering. And why is this? Well, in my opinion, it's because we don't diet in sustainable ways. We aren't flexible. We are very rigid when we diet, all right? We are very restrictive when we diet. We say we cannot eat this, we cannot eat that, all right? No more sugar, no more alcohol, no more dairy, no more gluten, even though you're not gluten intolerant, side rant. No more anything that you enjoy whatsoever, because I gotta get this weight off. You gotta be hardcore. If you're not hardcore, you're not gonna make it. This is just a horrible way to go about things for the majority of people, all right? Even if you somehow manage to lose the weight doing this dieting, what are you gonna do when the weight's gone? How are you gonna sustain it? You have not taught yourself moderation whatsoever, which that's a big part of flexible dieting, is learning moderation, learning that you can eat some of these fun foods that you enjoy and fit them into your diet and not get fat. You understand that There's no magic foods, no foods make you fat, no foods make you skinny. It's all in context of an overall diet, and you don't need to be perfect. All or nothing doesn't work. Anytime you go all or nothing, it always will end in nothing every single time, all right? So you need to diet sustainably. You need to include some foods that you enjoy into your diet if you're going to sustain it. If how you're dieting now is not something that you can continue to do, when the weight's gone, you will regain the weight, I promise you. Okay? Now this doesn't mean that you're going to be on low calories forever. If you do things right, you're going to lose the weight, you're going to reverse diet back out and get your calories higher again. That's for another video, because it would make this video way too long to talk about reverse dieting. But the point is, yes, to get the weight off, you're going to have to suffer a little bit more. You're going to have to be a little bit more diligent. All right, there's going to be times where you're going to have to be more diligent, and getting it off is one of them. You know, you can enjoy more foods when your calories are higher. When your calories are lower, it's going to be harder to do that. All right, there's a balance, but the balance is always changing all the time depending on how things go in your life. If you're in a period of a very stressful situation in your life, maybe that's a time to be more flexible. If you're super focused and you're feeling great and everything is going good and you're feeling motivated, then maybe you're a little less flexible and you're on your game more. And then when things take a turn, you can become more flexible again. Again, that doesn't always mean doing the same things. Flexible dieting doesn't mean track your macros all the time and hit all your macros. Maybe you do, maybe you don't. Every single person is unique. Every single individual is different and needs to be handled differently, and there's no one way that I can say do this and don't do that. Everybody is different, and the psychology of each person is extremely important and needs to be taken into consideration. And I say that to all the coaches out there who think that they can just put people on cookie cutter programs and think it'll work. You have to keep in mind the psychology of an athlete, right? It matters. It matters arguably more than the physiology of one, all right? Because it doesn't matter how perfect a plan is, if it can't be followed, it's never gonna work. Okay, one other thing I wanna talk about, because people will bring up this argument all the time. They will say, that's fine, you can lose weight eating ice cream every day. Because I say that, I went from 210 pounds to 180 pounds personally over an 11-month period, and I ate ice cream pretty much every single day. There was an odd day here and there where I didn't, but pretty much all the way up until the end, I ate ice cream, and I still eat ice cream every day because I freaking love ice cream and it makes it sustainable. I did the clean eating thing for years, and I stayed pretty lean until I just completely blew it because I couldn't take it anymore. But anyways, that's a side note. People will say it's not healthy. Well, based on what? We have to stop looking at foods as healthy or unhealthy, all right? You know, my health markers are good. My blood pressure is good. My cholesterol is good. Heart rate, all the health markers are normal. They're all good. So why is it unhealthy to eat ice cream? You look at the research. You will see studies where they equate calories, especially if they equate calories, protein, and fiber. It doesn't matter what foods they eat. All right, there was a guy who basically ate nothing but freaking Twinkies and Doritos and stuff for like, I don't remember how many months it was, and he lost a ton of weight, all his health markers improved. Same with the McDonald's diet guy. There's a guy who, you know, we've got that stupid Super Size Me that everyone likes so much, that the dude ate like 5,000 freaking calories a day and never exercised and gained a bunch of weight. No crap. Well, you know what? How about the McDonald's diet guy who ate 2,000 calories of McDonald's every single day for 6 months and lost like 59 pounds and saw his cholesterol go from like 260 to 190 or something like that, all right? And all his health markers improved. Foods aren't magic, all right? It's not the food that makes you healthy or unhealthy. It's the state of your body, and that comes from your macronutrients and your total intake and being flexible. All right, I've gone on for way too long. I apologize for that, but I'm very passionate about this stuff. I love it, and I really want to help people. There's so many people out there who could do such great things, but they don't because they just expect way too much on themselves, and they expect to be perfect, and they think it needs to be that way when it really doesn't, all right? Keep in mind your plan needs to be something that you can adhere to. That is way more important than anything else, all right? If you have any questions, drop them in the comments below. I will be more than happy to answer them. Otherwise, I'll see you guys later, and thanks for watching as always.
I'm addicted to the love that you're giving. Every minute, every day I've been craving.